Thank you. Talking about the extension, firstly, continuous, I'll speak in context of the extension, because this is a matter that is before the courts, constitutional courts, so I wouldn't want to be held in contempt speaking to this matter, but in relation to the extension that will be awarded for the period. So there will come a close. So the period that will be awarded to the public will be a fixed period, and that period will come to a close for the simple reason that you can't continue, because the voter registration exercise needs to be subjected to deduplication, cleanup, certification for use for nomination for the elections come 2021. So it will come to a close. It will be for a specific time period. Opening all polling stations, it's not possible, and you will note once we give out the statistics on Tuesday that actually most polling stations have actually been mopped out. So the deployment will be looking at high areas where we can be able to redeploy to be able to mop up. So the extension is basically meant for mopping up whoever will not have been captured in this phase, and we ask the citizens to take full advantage of this window that will be opened up to them in terms of the period that will be announced on Tuesday, and ensure that they have themselves registered. A significant number of eligible voters has actually been captured, and we'll speak to this on Tuesday. What will determine the extension? We'll have a number. Like I said, we're going to review the statistics that we're going to have, which we'll be able to showcase, and also look at other processes that need to happen. One of the key challenges that we have is that we've been looking at electoral processes in isolation, and this we keep emphasizing, and it's very, very important, colleagues in the media as well as the general public, you understand that registration alone is not enough. When you're talking about credible electoral processes, everything that needs to be put in place also needs to happen. After this registration exercise, there's an equally critical and very, very important process, which is the deduplication cleanup process leading up to the certification of the register. As it stands, it's possible for us to have multiple registration. It's possible to have a number of incomplete registration in terms of data. There could be some that were captured as male when in fact they're female. There's a verification process that has to follow through. And if that is not done properly, you undermine the credibility of the register and indeed of the electoral process, because one can contest the register, which was the case we had in 2016. And as the Commission, we want to ensure that we have the register that is robust and credible as we get to 2021. We want to be able to stand confidently and be able to conduct credible elections in a free and transparent manner. And this needs to ensure that all processes in the electoral cycle are given the much needed attention as they deserve. You cannot open up voter registration in perpetuity. It's not possible. You need to take into account other considerations as well. And it's important that those are done effectively and efficiently. So this is where we'll be getting to. So when we do announce on Tuesday, the time period will be limited. We will announce the period, and that period will be taking into account the processes that need to follow. Especially now that we have a constitutionally enshrined date of 12th August, we have to make sure that everything is done within that time period. I think I've answered all.